Hey everybody, my name is Tim, and you may know my voice more than you know me because of this little guy over my shoulder, and that's Leo, also known as Leo the Shelter Maine Coon Kitten, who's got about 1,800 followers on YouTube at this point, and his videos are coming up on 750,000 views. I went ahead and did a DNA test on Leo to just kind of see what's what is his composition. I've also got a lot of criticism from the Maine Coon Cat police, who are kind of haters on Leo because they say he's not a real Maine Coon. And I've never claimed he was a real Maine Coon, but he has Maine Coon traits. He's a shelter cat. I only adopt shelter cats. So, he's not going to be a purebred. The only way you get a purebred cat is to go to a breeder, which I think is just a shame because there are so many wonderful cats at shelters. And that's the case with him. He's just a wonderful little guy, and I'm so glad to have him. So why don't we go ahead and just go over a few quick things before we get into it. This is the shelter that Leo came from, Ozarks Cat and Canine Rescue, down at Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. It's a wonderful little shelter that has a thrift store that supports it on the side, so they get all the operating revenue goes in and helps the animals. And if you're looking for something to donate, I would suggest giving to them. They have a PayPal. They also have an Amazon wish list and Chewy. And one of the things that they do is they have a food pantry for pets, so that if someone is short on money, they don't just dump their animals or take them to the shelter, that they can actually keep them in their house until they get through those rough times and keep the animal in its home. The DNA test I used was base paws. It was relatively easy to use. It was roughly $80 for the first kit. I got one for Smokey, the new kitten, and that's coming in the mail here in the next few days. So Smokey's DNA kit was $89. So came in the mail in about half of a week, and wasn't that hard to get him to give the DNA sample. He just kind of put it in his mouth, kind of chewed on it for a while, and then mailed it back to him. And then a month later, I got these results. So I got these results a few days ago. So let's go to, let me show you what we know about Leo's family, because I think that's important to know. We know quite a bit. This is Leo's mama. She's a very, very sweet girl. She's not a big fan of being around other adult cats, but she was a very good mama to her kittens. So Leo's family was born in early September. It says the 2nd of September. So Leo's almost a year old. He will be this Friday, according to the paperwork at least. And he was born to her. She was a very, very good mama cat. And she raised her 4 kittens, and then they were finally captured and taken to Ozarks Cat and Canine Rescue, and then medically checked out, isolated, make sure everything's healthy, given all the treatments from the veterinarian, spayed, neutered, and then they were put up for adoption, and all of them have found homes. So anyway, if you look at his mama, she's about an 8-pound female, obviously female, she's his mama. She's got a little bit of orange in her, not much, and she's a diluted tabby, short hair. So these are Leo's siblings, and this is the first one that was adopted. I believe his name is Moses, and he was actually adopted by this family, and I believe he rides around in an over-the-road truck quite a bit, so he gets around. So that's the first one. He's got the exact same face as Leo, but he's a short hair. Now this is the other ginger boy right here. He was there when I adopted Leo, and he was adopted shortly after I got Leo. He's got more of his mama's face, but he's a short hair, a little more diluted tabby, orange tabby than Leo is, and his brother Moses is. And over here, his little sister, classic gray tabby. She's got a little bit of white under her chin. None of them have socks, which is interesting. But and she was adopted, and then the mama went out last. So they've all been in their new homes, which total success story for his family. So these are the photos of Leo when I first saw him and kind of fell in love with him. Notice he's got this massive tail. So I went down and visited him, and then I went back a week later and adopted him. So, and this is him actually in my home, maybe in about the first week, and you just look at that massive bushy tail. So again, I always have believed that he has Maine Coon traits. Clearly, he's not a purebred because he came from a shelter and his family were strays. And I'm a big fan of rescuing strays. So that's what we know about the family. Now let me go to, let's see if I can get this done. Go to the DNA report. Hold on, let me pull it up and see if it'll show. Give me a second. I had it up just a second ago. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I thought I had that queued up and it wasn't there. So anyway, this is Leo's DNA report, and it took about a month to get it. So the big question is, is Leo a Maine Coon? Well, he's 69.54% Western breed. If you look at it, broadly Western 22%, and Maine Coon 16.09%. So the largest identified breed that is in Leo is a Maine Coon. Now, this is, you're gonna say it's only 16%. Well, his mama is not a purebred and not a Maine Coon, but he definitely has those characteristics, and that's what I've claimed the whole time. So all you haters, you can just go pound sand as far as I'm concerned. Besides, he's a wonderful little guy, and you paid $2,000 for your Maine Coon, and I paid $40 for mine in a shelter, and they're both lovely cats. So, okay, and he's got American short hair. The Eastern in there, not so much Eastern. Persian 8.05%, exotic 2.29, and polycat, which is pretty much a mix of all different kinds of cat breeds. His health markers are all really good. Oral health is good. Oral health's important because it killed my last cat, which was Max, the Norwegian forest cat. He had mouth cancer at the age of 16 and a half, and it was just not fun at the end. Let's see, good news, low risk of bad breath. So I guess that's why he's always chewing gum and having mints. Trait markers, these are the fur pattern and polydactyl, things like that. So a lot of this report is just different reports on different kinds of cat breeds and things like that, stuff you would find on Wikipedia. And I'm just going to go through this stuff really quickly. His health stuff, the metabolic disorders, he's all clear on that. Several pages of that information. Then you get into the eye disorders, doesn't have those. Musculoskeletal, it's all good. Endocrine, renal, which is kidney, which is good. Autoimmune, he's in good shape. Cardiovascular, he's in good shape. Skin disorders, he's good shape. He's blood type A. Okay, this part's kind of interesting. These are kind of the markers. If Leo were not fixed and had kittens with a mama cat, then some of this may be important. So he doesn't carry the charcoal cat color or the amber coat color or the blotched coat tabby. He's a traditional tabby. Cinnamon coat, russet color. I'm not sure about those because I guess the russet would be the Burmese color, but he doesn't have chocolate, copal, which is a specific kind of bobtail cat. Doesn't have a seal point like Siamese color. He does carry the dilute coat color, which his mama is that way, and one of his brothers is diluted, so he does carry that. He does carry the possibility of fathering a kitten that would be in black in terms of color. Doesn't carry the mackerel tabby coat color, and doesn't carry albino. Doesn't have a curly coat, doesn't have a sphinx coat. He has fur, so he's not a hairless. Definitely does not have a short tail. Doesn't have the Scottish fold ears or a short and kinked tail. He doesn't have 5 toes, which all this confirms. He does have long fur, and he does carry that trait of the Maine Coon. And then again, there's more Maine Coon-y things going on with him, so he's likely to have that, which he does. And then his oral health report is also good. And so this is what's going on with Mr. Leo. He's a wonderful little cat. He's coming up on his first birthday. He's super mellow. He accepted his brother, which is not related to him, Smokey, pretty quickly. I made a video on that whole introduction process and how I did that. It went really well. It was really over in about a day. Although still kind of going on in some ways. But anyway, that's what's going on with Leo. That's his DNA report. His most predominant breed type is Maine Coon, although he's a mix, and that's what I always thought of him. But if you enjoy this video, like, share, subscribe. If you don't like it, just go away. I don't need your negativity. I don't know why you're here. Don't hate on my poor Leo. He's a sweet boy. Anyway, have a good day.